Okay, let's watch this. So this is the original take. I would like to facilitate the creation of legislation.
Twitch chat brain. I would like to facilitate the creation of legislation that holds people accountable for the actions that they do online. I don't know if I should get into the details because it might rattle some folks, but yes.
This would never happen.
I think there are some companies that I'm going to message, or not companies, organizations that are involved with certain causes. And I'll be like, listen, if you ever need someone to, I'm your girl.
So she said that people got mad at her. What happened? Pokimane structured prosecution of distribution and possession of revenge porn. What she was actually talking about. So I guess like this was the original clip that got like clipped out of context or something. Is that what happened? Look, here's the thing. I don't think this would happen. I don't think this is, but if there is a way to get this, there's a way to get this done. I guess like going through corporations is the smart route. I think she's smart to like not even try to directly go to legislators because legislators have no power, but corporate lobbyists do. They could use this as a brownie point for themselves or something. But ultimately, I don't even know what the take is. Like, I want to understand what she wants to legislate.
CP is illegal to have like on your PC or anything. And I think there's only now starting to become like certain legislation against things like revenge porn or whatever. I've had so many girls message me and they're like, oh, my ex like leaked my photos and I feel like I need to disappear off the face of the earth. Like I'm so heartbroken, blah, blah, blah. I think it should be illegal to even have on your phone, on your PC, on your anything, photos of someone that like they don't consent to having. And I think there aren't enough examples of people being punished for that. Like people spread that shit in high school like it's nothing. Well, I guess, I mean, like, if it is illegal, we need to enforce that a bit.
So she's talking about CP, which is child porn, and then talking about revenge porn, right? Both of them are illegal, okay, for the record. Both of them are illegal. And if you're talking about high school, revenge porn can fall into the category of CP as well, for the record. And as a matter of fact, legislation in that regard is a little bit murky and sometimes a little overbearing. Like, even if it's consensual nudes that, like, two high school students sent to one another, it can still be prosecuted sometimes as CP, which is unacceptable and kind of fucked up. But as far as like revenge porn goes, possession of revenge porn, just like possession of child pornography, is only enforceable at the level of distribution, because there is no like broad net of people that are like looking into every single person's computer all the time and figuring out if there's CP there. No, that's why they tackle CP at the distribution level in the same way that they tackle revenge porn at the distribution level. There's no way to like surveil every single computer. I mean, there might be in the future, and I hope there isn't, by the way. I do think that that would be a horrible idea. To literally monitor every single thing that you're doing on your fucking computer is insane. There's already backdoors and shit, which is fucked up. As far as revenge porn goes, yes, I think it's completely unethical. And I do think that luckily there are some laws against it now, even though the prosecutorial aspect of it or the actual like investigation aspect of it is still insanely dehumanizing. It is ridiculous. Like, and they don't do a good job of like genuinely investigating that. In that regard, I think it's definitely an area that needs improvement. It happens. People don't understand. People don't understand like the internet yet completely. Our legislators certainly don't. They're like 700 years old. But as far as like revenge porn goes, the NSA actively does monitor everything. It's not a problem. As if they do it actively, it's readily available data that is provided when asked for by government bodies. Yes. But we're talking about like there's probably CP in people's computers right now, and the government does not know. Okay? I mean, the probability of that is very high. Just like there is also a very high likelihood that people are in possession of revenge porn. But the only way that you can tackle the problem with CP and tackle the problem of revenge porn is at the point of distribution. That's why the FBI is the largest holder of child pornography on the fucking planet, basically. They were running the biggest CP website on the fucking planet because they would prosecute every single person that they distributed the CP to. And there's like a level of that's an ethical conundrum that, you can think about as well. That is kind of, it's a interesting situation, right? Like the FBI is like regulating the CP. How do they get the possession of the CP? Is it ethical for them to maintain this CP? Is it ethical for them to fucking spread it around? Ultimately, with like pedophiles watching it before they're arrested. However, like I said, it can only be investigated at the point of distribution. When a pedophile, when he downloads it off of a website, boom, all of a sudden they're flagged, and now an investigation is being conducted. You can't really do that with revenge porn in the same way, but I think they should do that with revenge porn in the same way, and I think that's precisely what Pokimane is. That's what she's talking about here as well. How is it revenge porn if it's not being distributed? No, I think that's what she's saying, is like revenge porn. When you are in possession of nudes of an ex, okay, who no longer consents to you having those nudes, and you decide to post it, or you decide to share it, you decide to show it with people, that is illegal. That is technically illegal, okay? You are distributing pornographic material that you do not have the right to own any longer. No, it's not. It is absolutely illegal. You are wrong. That is when it becomes revenge porn. What the fuck are you talking about? You cannot upload an ex of yours, photographs, naked photographs, onto a website. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of great investigations being conducted on this, but you can't do that. That is technically illegal. There was a point in time when it wasn't illegal. It's not illegal to possess, though. CP is illegal to even possess. No, I understand that. While CP is illegal to possess, the maintenance of that, or the investigation of whether or not someone has CP, is still being conducted at the point of distribution. Do you get it? Back in the day, revenge porn was not even illegal. There were websites specifically dedicated to revenge porn. We have watched a video on Hunter Moore, I think his name was, like the guy who had the revenge porn website, like one of the biggest scumbags on the fucking planet, who literally had a website dedicated to distributing revenge porn. And that was where case precedent actually was set against revenge porn, making it illegal to upload. Now, of course, non-consensual pornography, i.e. revenge porn, and the distribution of sexual or pornographic images of individuals without their consent, which can include images that were taken without the consent or knowledge of the other party, or images that were sent to you, okay, originally, but you no longer have consent to maintain, that you wish to, upload. That is illegal in many states. As of March 2022, 48 states and Washington, D.C. have passed laws prohibiting the distribution and or production of non-consensual pornography. The two states without a law prohibiting the distribution or production of non-consensual pornography were Massachusetts and South Carolina, and also Wyoming. Even Alabama has one. Mississippi, South Carolina, Wyoming, and Massachusetts up in 2021. And now it's just Massachusetts and South Carolina, I guess. I get the problem with distribution, as consent was never given in the first place to distribute, but how can possession, which was consented to at some point, be problematic? I think the reason why possession is problematic is because of what we're talking about, right? We're talking about like you naked. There is always the option that this person now has to extort you. That person always has the option to potentially distribute it. That person has the option to show it to other people without like additional scrutiny from the law. Consent can always be revoked in sexual circumstances. You can always rescind consent. You can absolutely revoke consent. For those of you who do not understand, you can absolutely revoke consent. Someone could hack your computer, someone could steal your phone. Now they have access to it. You know what I mean? The most ethical way of dealing with pornographic materials that a partner has consensually sent you is by deleting them, for sure. As far as prosecution goes, I think it's basically the same as CP. The possession of CP is illegal. Possession of revenge porn is a little bit murkier. It's not like possession of CP. But given the fact that the only way to prosecute this is through points of distribution, it's basically the law is basically almost the same. You know what I mean? Where like as it stands currently, if you distribute the revenge porn, or if you are trying to, I guess, like get the revenge, the opposite would be like trying to get the revenge porn, like getting the CP. Like it doesn't work that way, but it's still done from point of distribution. That's the most reliable way. Yes, not the only way, but the most reliable way to prosecute and to investigate child pornography, people who are owners of child pornography, people who are possessing child pornography. Why would I ever delete nudes my girl consensually sends me? That's just crazy talk, because what happens when she's no longer your girl? You know what I mean? We're not talking about your girlfriend consensually sending you nudes while you guys are in a relationship. We're talking about your ex-girlfriend, especially if she's said, please delete my fucking news from your phone. I'm sure there will be a case about this brought to the Supreme Court in the next couple of years. They will somehow make the worst possible precedent. Probably. I am not in favor of mass surveillance of every single person's phone, for the record. I think it's fucking ridiculous. But also I can see, for example, here's a situation where you are not in the wrong, but let's say legislation passes and like having revenge porn of an ex is made illegal, okay? Possession, not even distribution, but possession. Let's say you are charged with something and they had to look through your phone, right? They're conducting an investigation. Let's say they found nudes of your ex in that investigation. Let's say you didn't fucking actually, take the time out to delete it because you don't even remember that you have the nudes. Should you go to fucking prison? Should that be tacked on as a charge? I don't think so. So it is a little bit more difficult than the way people make it out to be. Do you understand? Which is part of the reason why it's like hard to legislate. You know what I mean? Like the more I think about it, the more I realize like I don't know how the fuck you would legislate this beyond a point of distribution. You know what I mean? I don't think there is a reasonable method that does not encroach on people's like I wouldn't say even their Fourth Amendment right, but like I don't think there is a reasonable way to investigate without truly violating Fourth Amendment rights, like mass surveillance. And I don't think that's a good idea. I am absolutely 100% against that. All right, let's hear what XUC's take is on the matter now.
Oh, hell nah.
And I think they're...
Oh, hell, wait, hell nah. If you're your girlfriend and you film some hot shit, okay? Bro, I got so much shit on my phone. Anyway, okay, listen. And you film some freaky shit, and then the second that you break up...
He's an artist, dude. He's slinging dick in that. He's like, you and your girlfriend film some freaky shit. He's like, come on. He's proud of it. What the fuck? Apple and Co are using CSAM databases to see if users have CP on their phone. They could use the same technology, and should. No, didn't they fucking shelve that? That's actually that was also a violation of Fourth Amendment rights. They stopped doing that because like it was ridiculous to do that. I don't think you can do that, man. Please use the appropriate verbiage for this very serious topic. Us autistics are dying out here when you conflate possession of consented nudes to revenge porn. They're very different things and have strong definitions we should stick to. Yes, if your ex has consented to sending you a nude of herself, then that is not revenge porn. If your ex has consented to you having those nudes beyond the relationship, then that is still not revenge porn. If your ex has consented to you having nudes of herself, that she is fine with you distributing it to other people, that is still not revenge porn. If your ex, however, has sent you nudes in a consensual manner and after your breakup has said, please delete my nudes, you are no longer in possession of consensual nudes. You might not want to delete it, but ultimately you should not have possession of said nudes. That's it. If your ex has sent you consensual nudes and said you can have these, but don't distribute them, and you distribute them, that is revenge porn. If your ex consensually sent you nudes, you guys broke up, she didn't say anything, and you still distributed those nudes, that's revenge porn. You could and should go to jail for that. It ain't that hard to understand. It's about consent. Consent can be revoked at any time, just like sex. No means no. Delete means delete. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand it because it's like, for a lot of chatters, if you sent nudes to an ex, if you sent nudes to a girlfriend and they have your fucking nudes and you ask them to delete it, don't you want them to delete it? Like, I don't get it. It's like leaving shit at your exes and they refuse to give your shit back. It's a little bit more than that. I would say it's like, let's say your ex has your car, okay? But worse than that. Let's say your ex refused to give your car back to you, but even worse than that. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. And they constantly post about how they have your car and laugh at you. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I called the FBI. They're coming down they're coming down, bro. You can't do it. Dude, fast. It's coming. Like, what the fuck? To possess and shit like that? Like, hell nah, bro. I took that shit. What?
There aren't enough examples.
Out of respect, I took it. It's for my own consumption. Like, what the fuck? I took it. I'm the artist.
Bro, he did not say he's the artist, dude. He's saying he's the photographer. That's actually a very interesting take, though, because that does open up a new set of circumstances. What do you do when you take nude photographs of someone who consented to having nude photographs be taken of you? I mean, even in photography, how does that work? Got to get a model release form. Photographers always own the pictures, especially if there's release form signed when the models don't have anything. Really interested, though, in how that could work, how that would change with news. Maybe an extra clause in a contract would be necessary. Yeah, I think Apollinaire, this is one of those instances where like I agree with you. I think the right thing to do is delete it, especially if they ask you to delete it. But if you distribute it, you should be prosecuted. My sex worker acquaintance recently pretty much forced someone to film some OnlyFans porn because they had to sign a contract and the other person wanted out. Made me feel like shit. Contractual entrapment in the porn. Yeah, that's really fucked up. There's also clear-cut boundaries against that. Even though, of course, sex workers are at the cutting edge of consent. That is really fucked up. I know sex workers that have like legitimately had issues with that. The fuck, that's probably not a real story. Come on, dude. Timothy, you are literally a sex worker. How have you never heard of this before? I mean, I know for a motherfucking fact. Like, I have friends who are sex workers. Oh, I mean, OnlyFans is a little bit different. You're right, but it is surprising that it happened on OnlyFans, but especially with like big production porn, like Japanese pornography, they're very strict and like will lock you into a contract even if you don't want to fucking do it, and will basically just say like you have to do this. Yeah, professional pornography is like kind of ruthless. Wait, holy shit, did they actually change it? New Japan law aims to help people pressured into porn. Oh, that's kind of good, actually. This was literally a problem, for the record. I know for a fact, I know from private individuals that have told me that they've had issues with Japanese adult video producers. Now that I have a better understanding of where Pokimane is coming from, or what I guess she's like, what she wants is like revenge porn to be adequately prosecuted. I don't have an issue with that. If that extends into like, monitoring everyone's phones or something, if that's the way to do it, then no, I am not on board with it. But hey, there's a way to have a thoughtful conversation about this, and then there's a way to be like, Pokimane thinks she's AOC, fuck her, she's already privileged, what an entitled privileged person. Talk about the inequality females are engaging in by showing titty on the platform or whatever the fuck. Then you're a psycho, okay? You're a freak. Chill the fuck out. I saw people taking Pokey's take out of context saying, so she wants me to go to jail for calling her no makeup face ugly, like you. I wish there was like a lighter form of just social pressure that we could apply to people that do shit like that, but unfortunately we still don't have it.